A darkness carrying morning in the breast. Well, this is the same image. A darkness carrying morning in the breast. In the cave there are the precious things. It is the same image. Looked out, looked for the eternal wide returning gleam, that the day will come back again, waiting the advent of a larger ray and rescue of the lost herds of the sun. Rays, light, rays of the sun. Herd stands for rays. Go. This, the Vedic term here is go, kain, cattle. Cattle are representation of light. Go, cow is the representation of ray of light. They are kept hidden in the darkness. They are locked in the mountain cave. They are buried in the mountain rocks. In the material depth, they are present. And the Vedic Rishi speaks of that light being present, locked in matter, that is sensed by the dog, Sarma. She senses, as I told you last time, that there is light here, and then the Rishi takes the hammer and breaks the rock open out, and the lights come out, you see. Waiting the advent of a larger ray. So that light is waiting, the higher supramental light should come here. Means the supramental light which is there here is waiting for the higher supramental light to come here and break the doors. A darkness carrying, yeah.
This is also the story of Martanda.
Martanda, not really. No, Martanda is not here. No, this is, you see, the herds of the sun, you have that thing in Odyssey, in Greek mythology. You see, in Odyssey you have got, yeah. She steals away the Helios.
But herd, it could be something else than a cow.
No, it is cow. Herd here is cow. Go.
Herd subject to go.
Only
Only for the cow?
Go. Go.
Go suspicion Yavimina.
Go means cow.
Herd, it's only for the cow?
No, context. Yeah.
This.
Because it's light.
Here, I mean, herd is a general collective word, but this is definitely applicable to the cows. From the Vedic terminology, the kine, K-I-N-E, and they are locked in the pen of matter. And that pen of matter has to be opened out and they are released. So this is the action. The Vedic Rishi says he broke with a big hammer the rock and the cows were released. Angirasa Rishi did that thing. In a splendid extravagance of the waste of God, dropped ceaselessly in creation's pent-up work, left in the shantiers of the bottomless world, and stolen by the robbers of the deep. These are the panis, robbers of the deep, from the inconscient. The golden shekels of the eternal lie, golden shekel coins. See, he uses the Arabic, the Jewish word, coin. The golden shekels of the eternal lie, hoarded from touch and view and thoughts of desire, locked in blind anthrax of the ignorant flood caves, lest man should find them and be even as God. You see, so that is the wisdom. In other words, they have been guarded purposely. They are not freely given to you and me. Because then I will forget the real thing which I should get. The truth which has to come, that I will not get, you see. You see, if I get a smaller sweet, then I will not really, I will be missing the bigger sweet, you see. In a splendid extravagance of waste of, so this is the waste of, yeah, she has put all that cave, in the darkness, in the matter, and it is lying there. Splendid, you see. It is not functioning, it is not working, therefore it is a kind of waste. Lying idle, you see. Splendid extravagance of, and so much of it, you see. Dropped carelessly in creation's spendthrift work. They are there. left in the Shanties in the backyard, the unfinished house, you see. Or the bottomless world, that is the nether world, that is the inconscient world. And stolen by the robbers of the deep. These are the robbers, that is Pani of the Vedic. The golden shekel. So that gold is there in matter, that gold is there in life, that gold is there in mind. We are not open to it. We are not prepared ourselves to see that kind of a thing, you see. But the power of inspiration is bringing that thing into view, you see. Hoarded from touch and view and thoughts desire, otherwise you like to possess it and become ambition and lose it. Locked in blind anthrace of the ignorant flood, lest men should find them and be even as God. If you become God too early, then you will miss the entire joy of creation, you see. In a splendid extravagance. You see, he is splendid, he is giving you every. In fact, where is it that divine is not present? We are not able to see it in a different matter. So that is the extravagance. He is present everywhere. In matter, it is there, the gold is there, already present, you see. We are not able to reach it, access it, use it properly. Because we have to go through the stages, you see.
There is a story published by Sujata about the herd of God, which has been stolen by the Panis. And she said the gods comes to deliver the cows and the herds, and also afterwards they find Martanda. Deeper. They found Martanda hidden in a cave also.
No, Martanda, no, it has nothing to do with Martanda in that sense. Actually, the story of Martanda has a different connotation. Goddess Aditi has 8 sons. The 8th son, Martanda, she lives in the mortal world. And with the other 7, she goes to the immortal world. 7 Adityas are in the transcendent, and she leaves behind Martanda in the mortal world. And I will say that Martanda in the inconscient world which she has left here is in the story of Savitri, Satyavan. She has left him here purposely so that things can start happening here. In the story of Savitri, that Martanda is Satyavan. The 8th Aditya, you see, 8th son.
And the other 7?
7, all the 7 planes are there, supramental world.
Planes,
Yeah, they are doing their immortal work up there. She has left here for a certain purpose. How the mortal being is going to grow, it is because of his presence here.
And who is the next son who will take care once we have?
No, it is Martanda who will carry forward now the evolution.
Okay, then once we have.
And then the carry forward evolution means all the powers of the supramental knowledge, beauty, joy, etc. will come into manifestation here. Or the powers of the other 7 brothers of his will start operating here.
Yeah. So who's the next one after Martanda?
Next one, where is the question next?
There's no next.
No, he is Satyavan alone. You see, it is he is the bodiless namelessness
Yeah, clear.
alone.
Yeah.
She has left him here. Mrityu. See the word Martanda, Martra, Mrityu,
But there's
who is
seven more.
who is suspect to death, who is
Yes.
the subject to death. Martanda, that under egg. He is the mortal egg here.
Oh, Anda is yet 8.
Yeah, egg, under egg. So that is a different story. That is the story of creation rather. No, I will not connect this thing with this part. If at all you want to connect with the phrase what we are seeing here, he is the bodiless namelessness. Bodiless namelessness, who is urging to grow and see the birth of God coming up. Bodiless namelessness, you can call him as Martanda, you can call him as Satyavan, you can call him as the first avatar. You see, who is taking things forward, you see. The permanent avatar. Mother says permanent avatar. Yeah. He is the permanent avatar. She has left him here. The evolution is possible because of him.
And now the work is done.
Now the work
Is done.
now we have reached the stage of the mind of light. We have
This will
reached
be
the
the second sun, the mind of light, between overmind and supermind. It's the second sun, no?
second sun.
Yeah. He made another.
Yeah, he has created a new layer between overmind and supermind. That is mind of light. Mind of light. Mind of light. Between, yeah. See, what we are saying in book 3, Canto 3, the house of the spirit and a new creation. Ashwapati has established a new creation. Ashwapati has established a new creation. Where? In the mind of light. And his now desire, his will, his purpose, his function is to bring down that world he has created there upon the earth. And who is going to do that thing? It is only the Divine Mother who can do that thing. He has created the world. New creation is there with all beauty, power, joy, etc. But it will stay there unless somebody brings it down here. And in order to bring it down, it is necessary. In fact, bringing it down is the part, the function, the responsibility of the Divine Shakti herself. Therefore, Ashwapati approaches the Divine Mother and says, please take birth and bring it down here. Otherwise, my work will remain unfulfilled. The world will remain hanging up there. So it is a necessity for him to approach the Divine Mother and persuade her to take the immortal birth and bring down that world he has created in the house of the spirit upon earth.
But since the overmind is in between, do we have to first realize the overmind?
No, see,
That it can come
in fact,
into
all
people?
these layers were never described in such detail and with such clarity anywhere in the spiritual literature. You see, for instance, Shivananda is talking of so many layers in the spiritual world also. But then between the overmind, Hiranmayana Patrena, and the Son of Truth, what is happening there? Nobody knows of that. Nobody knew of that. It is Shivananda who has really explored those possibilities and brought out some of these things here.
In the supramental manifestation upon earth.
Upon earth? Yeah. Yes, this is mind of light. In fact, he has used that phrase very distinctly for the first time in the supramental manifestation of our earth. In those last 8 articles which he wrote for the bulletin from February 1949 to November 1950, 8 articles he wrote. It is there, he has described all these things. Means it is absolutely the last yogic formulation of his philosophy.
It's incredible. But where it is not clear. Where is situated this mind of light? It's not clear when cannot.
You have to only go by what he has written there in those 8 articles. But it is very clear also. He says that it is a part of the supermind, but in the material below.
So you say today that it is between overmind and supermind.
Yeah. Mother speaks of the mind of light as the physical mind receiving the supramental light and force. Mother's definition of the mind of light is the physical mind receiving the supramental light and force. She gives a concrete definite shape to that. The brain, his brain was wrapped with overwhelming light. That is the line. His brain was wrapped with overwhelming light. Brain, the cells of brain, mind of light, wrapped with overwhelming light. And that happened in 1942. That line is around 1942, you see written. His brain was wrapped with overwhelming light. Mind of light was already established in him. But the mother says it was coming and going, coming and going. And in order to fix it up now permanently, it became necessary for him to withdraw.
There was no other way.
Huh?
There was no other way.
No, there was no other way. In order to fix it up, you see. He in fact, that is a tremendous sacrifice he has made in that sense. That is a strategic sacrifice. A diplomat can use that kind of a thing. You see. Yeah. There was no other way. Otherwise, he would have adopted other ways, no? You see, what he did was, in a way, he fixed up the supermind in his physical. When he was there, he fixed up in his physical and left the body. So, in a certain sense, supermind got trapped in the physical. It got forced there into the physical. It got trapped there now. It cannot escape. It is there now. And it has to work now. It has to work now from there, you see. So that is a strategy he has used. That is why Mother says, we have no idea of the supreme sacrifice he has made. Today, who has been the material envelope of our Master, today, our infinite gratitude. Today, who has worked all, suffered all for us. Today, our infinite gratitude, you see. Yeah, well, that is the yogic part of it, that is the biographical part of it. But here, the details are different. A seed was sown in death's tremendous hour. A seed was sown in death's tremendous hour. That is what the Divine Mother herself says. A seed shall be sown in death's tremendous hour. Therefore, a death's tremendous hour had to come for this seed to be sown. And that tremendous hour of death was his withdrawal on 5th December 1950. 1950 withdrawal. How it was sown? He has fixed up the mind of light entirely in his physical. At the time of his passing away, he passed on the entire mind of light into the physical of the mother. A seed was sown. And it is that started working afterwards, you see. The power which he had gathered into his physical, that he had passed on to the mother. A seed was sown there, you see. So the first gift the mother had received from Sri Aurobindo on 29th March 1914 was the silent mind. The last gift she had received from Sri Aurobindo on 5th December 1950 was the mind of light. So between the silent mind and the mind of light is the entire yogic history, the entire yogic tapasya which had gone between. Between the silent mind and the mind of light. Just a tremendous work, you see. What can we understand? We can keep on talking, you see.